Hey guys, Solo here, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about something pretty interesting. A few days ago, we know that Hoopa was released, and my team, the Quarreling Qwilfish, has been trying him out in a couple different positions, trying to see how he fits into a comp. But then we had an interesting thought. What if we really put Hoopa's kit to the test? What if we built a whole strategy around what Hoopa is able to do? And we tried out a couple different things, and some worked, some didn't, but we developed something that really seemed to work. And I'd like to share that with you guys. I'm gonna go over what my thought process was, and kind of what the overall plan of the strategy is. So I hope you guys enjoy, and tell me what you think down in the comments. Now with this strategy, it starts out as a typical 1-1-3, that is 1 in the top lane, a jungler, and 3 bottom. I am playing as Hoopa here, and we actually used Hoopa to replace Eldegoss. Now the build that I'm using is Buddy Barrier, EXP Share, and Energy Amplifier. Now y'all may be wondering, why Energy Amplifier? Well, that's a secret tool to help us later. But for now, it's a typical 3 bot lane. We go for the middle Autono, try to get a couple picks here, and go for their farm. All typical bottom lane stuff. And I believe that Charlie actually ends up getting picked off here. Yep, alright. And then we back up. I get Gray out of this situation because he almost gets KO'd as well with a nice little Astonish. And he goes and heals up. Oh wait, no, he almost ends up getting KO'd by this Autono. Then he goes and heals up. Alright, like I said, this is a little bit of typical play. So, here, getting our farm. And then I get Hyperspace Hole. Now, Hyperspace Hole is definitely a key thing for this strategy to work. We fight over bees. Get as much of that as we can, and Charlie blip back to base really quick and comes back, and there you can just see how crazy Hyperspace Hole is. You can send somebody right back to base so they can heal up and they can be back in the fight almost instantly. And the other benefit of Hyperspace Hole is that you are able to create a portal between both lanes, which is huge for the ability for teams like this to rotate to Dread. Now I try to pick off the Autono there with Astonish, don't get it. And now we're just farming up for the second B fight. Now Gray is 5, Charlie's 5, and I'm 5. So I need them to get off of 5 so that my experience share starts working for me again. And we just start funneling experience to Gray. And I believe he gets 6 here. Now the second B fight is going to be coming up. Now, the way that this strategy works is that we kind of lure them into a false sense that this is going to be a typical 1-1-3 setup. And then we kind of dump it on them. Oh, I got picked off there by the Venusaur. I believe that's probably my only death this whole match. Head back into the bottom lane. The second set of bees are coming up in 4 seconds. And I do believe I get there in time. Yes, okay. So we fight over bees. The enemy is late to bees, so we end up getting most of them. And then I get Shadow Ball, which helps me deal a little extra damage to everyone. Set up the Hyperspace Hole for Rixel and Bulin to come down. Rixel makes the first Hyperspace Hole, but Bulin missed that one. And I have to set up another one for him to come down. And then we start fighting over Dread. And now it is very important that we at least push them for first Dread, because we have to break the first tier goal. We have to break the first tier goal because we need to be able to sweep an entire lane. We need to be able to break the tier 1 and the tier 2 goal on either lane. It doesn't matter which one, but either lane needs to have their tier 2 goal gone for this to work. So winning first Dread is the easiest way to do that, because then you can just steamroll into their first tier goal. Here we pick off the Pikachu, and then we actually get a really nice overdunk here. We got 40, 30, and 30. And then we go and I set up a Hyperspace Hole right there. And Rixel and myself go up top. And we actually have Charlie stay bot lane to off lane. And we just start ripping at the Rotom. And now they're late coming up top. And we're able to basically get the Rotom for free. Then we turn, fight, and push them back into their tier 1 goal. Rixel starts to get low. I send him back to base. He heals up really quickly and then comes back and boom, is right back in the fight. We come in, Rotom is pushed in, and then we completely destroy the tier 1 goal there. And we get a nice overdunk in the process. We get a nice 29 point overdunk. And now at this point, it is very important, after the first set of objectives, it is very important that you hoard points. You need to be able to hold on to as many points as humanly possible for this strategy to work, because it basically banks on us being able to break that tier 2 goal. Now, it's a little bit of a lull right here, and we're looking for points, looking for farm. Go over to Rixel over here to help him get a little bit of level. Now, I do have my ult, which is incredibly important as well. Now, the next dread is going to spawn in 7 seconds here. I realize that there's about to be a team fight that's about to break out down there, and all of their team is going to be there. I head up to the second tier goal. They're pushing back. I realize that Boolin's having a little trouble with the Lucario because it's Lucario. And then I head over to the tier 2 goal. I'm waiting for them to rip Dread and for the Dread fight to be over before I do what I'm about to do. Alright, fighting off the bees a little bit. Then I realize that they end up getting Dread right here, I believe. Yep, okay. Charlie ends up taking it, and then I just unleash my ult, which opens a portal for all of them to instantly get to the other side of the map. We completely decimate the goal before they're even able to react. We completely push them backwards because they just kind of filed in on us, and we destroy the tier 2 goal. And because the 3 of them are down, we're able to go back and take Rotom. But like I said before, at this point, it is very important that we just start hoarding points again. We need to be able to have points on hand for the final phase of the strategy to perfectly work. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this strategy definitely relies on you being able to steamroll your opponent. You need to be able to break those those forward goals early in order for this to work. So as you're kind of steamrolling, you need to be keeping all your points. If you realize I have 40 here and I'm just kind of helping Gray farm, use my magician because there's no more berries and it kind of just brings points to you at this point. Yep, just looking for any farm on our map to take. And I realize that in about 40 seconds, Zap is going to spawn. I'm looking for what position I'm going to take. I go take a position in their jungle bush. And I realize that it's probably a little too early, so I try to get a little bit of vision, see where they are. I realize that we have one down on the tier 2 goal, and then the Venusaur, so I quick speed through the bushes and wrap myself around so that nobody sees me, and start heading to the lane that we broke. Now, as I come up to this lane, the Pikachu does see me, so I throw down a hyperspace and head back to the base to make it look like I retreated. Boolin comes to fight him, and then I'm back. So now with this, I activate my ult again. Everybody unloads directly onto their base, and we all just score. Everyone scores all of their points for double points. Now at this point, we are so far ahead that there is nothing that they can do. Even if they got Zap, they would not be able to push us. And I should have turned around and scored my points, but in the confusion, I didn't realize that the Venusaur got teleported by their Hoopa. So I never scored my points with fear that I was going to end up getting KO'd. So we come back to defend. Now they're scoring their points, but the Venusaur only has 36. Now the 1 minute mark comes up and we realize that we have huge lead here, which means that we are in the lead by over 100. and the Venusaur scores its points and it's only 68. That's not enough to put them over. So we know we have the lead at this point. And at this point, it's just defend and make sure that we can stick it out to the end. Now, what is truly unique about this strategy is that it gives you the point lead and the level lead. It gives you the ability to steamroll and team fight. And that is only possible with Hoopa's kit and is an insane unite move. But tell me what you guys think about the strategy in the comments. Do you think it's something that's viable? Do you think that it's something that would work in competitive? Let me hear your thoughts. And if you're still unsure about the strategy or would like to see more of it, my friend Rixel Pick also has the same game from the perspective of the jungler, gives a little bit of a different perspective and a little more information as to how certain aspects of the match should be played. So I'll link that in the description and make sure you go check that out as well. As always, guys, thank you for stopping by. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content. And thanks for hearing me out, guys. This is one of the first strategies that we feel that we've come up with that is completely unique, and we're really hoping that we can get it to work in a competitive setting. We'll probably continue to clean up a few things, you know, alter the strategy a little bit, but until then, this is what we got. Hope you guys liked it. I will see you guys next time. Later.